Look at the records on both these guys. It tells you how good they are. 74.5 reach is a long reach, but 79 is very long. And you're going to want to see Michael Page keeping Douglas Lima away.
It's the first semifinal matchup in the Welterweight World Grand Prix with the official introductions. Here once again, Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bellator MMA now features 5 5-minute rounds to begin the semifinals of the Bellator Welterweight World Grand Prix. And now, first introducing the blue corner. At 6'3", weighing in 169.9 pounds with a unanimous decision victory in the opening round. Tonight, he still stands undefeated, 14 victories, no defeats. Hailing from London, England, presenting MVP Michael Venom Page. And across the cage, his adversary, out of the red corner, at 6'1", weighing in 169.5 pounds, having advanced in the tournament with a decisive 5th round submission. He stands now with 30 professional victories, 7 losses from Goiás, Brazil. He fights out of Atlanta, Georgia, the 2-time former Bellator welterweight world champion, Douglas the Phenom. And the referee in charge of the action, Mike Beltran.
Bring it in, guys. Bring it in. All right, don't get over the rules already. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves now if you want. Just out of the bell, come on out. Handle your business. Let's go.
Referee is Mike Beltran as we get down to business here in this semifinal matchup in the $1 million Welterweight World Grand Prix. 5 5-minute rounds. Michael Venom Page looking to remain undefeated. Douglas Lima looking to advance to the final, wanting another crack at becoming welterweight champion. In the other semifinal, champion Rory McDonald will defend against Neiman Gracie June 14th, and immediately Michael Venom Page showing off that unorthodox striking, John.
Doing a very good job of coming out and controlling basically the center of the cage, keeping Douglas Lima's back to the cage. That's a good idea, but he needs to be very careful of Douglas just swinging him around and putting his back to the cage.
Both fighters feel that while it would be a tough fight, that Roy McDonald should advance to the final with that welterweight championship. But tonight it's all about Lima and Page, and Lima coming forward slowly, knowing full well that the self-proclaimed snake charmer is going to try to mesmerize and hypnotize Lima, but I don't think a veteran like Lima will fall for something like that.
Well, I expect this to be a slow round for Douglas Lima because he has to try to figure out that range and that motion that Michael Venom Page brings. It is awkward. It is different. Just relax, take your time, and hit that low kick just like you're talking about. You do that, you will start to slow down all of that motion.
And while some people feel that, you know, they look at Michael Venom Page, what is he doing expending all of this energy? In many ways, he's hiding his offense just like that. The guy's as precise as a jeweler, and his timing makes metronomes envious, John.
I will tell you, when a guy has his hands down low, it is very difficult to see. When your hands are up, it's hard to see some of the shots that'll come up from that range. Now, obviously, his chin is out there, and he is open to be hit. But the question is, can you close that distance and land that shot on him?
Page admitted to us he wasn't all there mentally in the fight against Paul Daly, mourning the loss of his father who died on Boxing Day last year. Quickly surges in and out looking for that right hand. Meanwhile, Lima looking to collect data before collecting that elbow. The takedown is secured by Douglas Lima here in round 1.
And that right there, that was Venom Page feeding Douglas Lima exactly what he needs. He closed the distance. He tried to attack, which is good, but he went right into the range of Douglas Lima now being able to grab a hold of him. This is the area that I believe Douglas Lima has the biggest advantage in this fight.
Lima has secured 12 submission wins, including that 5th round rear naked choke against Andrei Korshkov in the first fight of this welterweight World Grand Prix. And now Page looking to control his posture, control his arms, from his back. And let's not discount what Page is learning on the ground as well in his camp.
Oh, absolutely. Look at Michael Venom Page's, I tell people all the time, his grappling is much better than people give him credit for. He's very much like an Anderson Silva. No one thinks, everyone says, oh, Anderson is a stand-up fighter, but Anderson has a very accomplished submission game. So does Venom Page, but when you look and say comparative to Douglas Lima, he doesn't have the time on the ground, doesn't have the time in that range that he's going to be able to be as good as what Douglas Lima has been able to accomplish in his life.
Last submission win for Page was at Bellator 153 in April of 2016 over Jeremy Holloway with that aforementioned sock lock, estima lock. It's painful is what it was.
It's
modified.
painful.
And so looking at creative offense there as well. 90 seconds left. Lima has Page on his back, working from the closed guard. Good hand grappling by Page.
Page has done a very good job of controlling the wrist. He's got a strong grip, but that grip will start to go away. You continue to squeeze really hard, holding on to the forearm area of Douglas Lima. Eventually, it starts to wear down.
Coming up on the final 60 seconds of the opening round, Lima secures the takedown, but not able to capitalize on this opportunity thus far. Less than a minute now left in this first frame. Man, great hand grappling here by Page.
Absolutely beautiful control of the wrist. Page has been able to stop everything Douglas Lima wants to do here. You even see Douglas starting to look towards rolling that elbow over through the center gap right onto the top of Venom Page's head, and he can't even do that based upon the positioning of the wrist and the strength of Michael Venom Page.
Do your position, it's gotta work.
Referee warning Lima to improve his position. Meanwhile, Page is content to just keep Lima neutralized and see if the referee's going to stand them up, although we are now in the final 10 seconds. The clock, of course, should not matter, but it appears that Lima's going to ride out this round in the close guard of Michael Venom Page. Round 2 is straight ahead.
Stop.
Second round upon us.
All right, gentlemen, second round. Ready to fight. Ready to fight.
Scheduled for 5. An opportunity to advance to the final of the $1 million welterweight world Grand Prix. Page looking to show off some $1 million striking techniques. Comes out with an ostentatious kick, but Douglas Lima again, experience showing already, John, in the way he reacts, although he got momentarily bothered there by Michael Venom Page.
Morrow, he got hurt with that.
Staggered. And there's a jumping attack by Page.
Page needs to take advantage right now. Douglas is he's not quite at 100%.
Oh, and there. What a shot by Lima! Mamma mia! Douglas Lima has just defeated Michael Venom Page in impressive fashion.
Ladies and gentlemen, it came to an end. 35 seconds into round number 2. The winner by knockout now, advancing to the final round of the Bellator welterweight World Grand Prix, Douglas "The Phenom" Lima.
Douglas Lima going to be popping bottles courtesy of 50 Cent after popping Michael Venom Page. Let's go to Big John McCarthy.
Oh my God! Ladies and gentlemen, how was that? He hit you with a shot that hit off the top of your head and it buzzed you. You could see it, you backed off, you tried to collect yourself, and we had talked about that low calf kick, and you had said, all I need is one. I want you to watch that one, because here you are, you got stunned. Watch this kick. Takes his feet out, and here's the right hand, right on the chin. He is out right there. Talk to me about that win, man.
Man, it feels good. I'm just blessed. Thank you, God, for this. Thank you, everybody out here. Man, I've been working for 7 months and a half since my last fight. I'm just really happy to be back here. I respect Michael Page so much, man, but you know, hats off for him. He's gonna come back strong. And just thank you all for being here, man. I got amazing friends. My wife is here watching today. I'm very emotional right now, but thank you guys for all the support. And let's finish this tournament.
Well, I know your wife's got to be happy that you're one step closer and only one fight away from $1 million and that Bellator title. Which one means more to you?
Of course, the belt. You know, money is just a bonus. You know, I appreciate 50 Cent putting this up. This is awesome. Great for my family. But my goal right here is to be the champion again. You know, I'm looking forward to Rory versus Gracie. And I'm going to work a lot harder, man, you know, to get that belt.
If given the chance, which guy do you want to face in that final of the Grand Prix?
Of course, if I were to choose, it would be Rory. You know, we had a close decision. You know, his game, man, he's been in the sport for so long. I got a lot of respect for him. But let the best man win. You know, I'm here. I'll be ready for them. Thank God I'm healthy. You know, I have no injuries. I'll be back in the gym Monday, working to improve every day.
I'll tell you what, you have improved throughout the years. You are absolutely one of the best that Bellator has ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Douglas Lima.
Referee is Mike Beltran as we get down to business here in this semifinal matchup in the $1 million welterweight world Grand Prix. Michael Venom Page looking to remain undefeated. Douglas Lima looking to advance to the final. Showing already, John, in the way he reacts, although he got momentarily bothered there by Michael Venom Page.
He got hurt with a
staggered. And there's a jumping attack by Page.
Page needs to take advantage right now. Douglas is he's not quite at 100%.
Oh, and there. What a shot by Lima! Mamma mia! Douglas Lima has just defeated Michael Venom Page in impressive fashion. What a sequence! What a sport!
He hurt me a little bit, you know, with that right hand, and he thought he had me. And then he just stood in front of me, you know, with the hands down, and that's when I caught him. I just remember him putting his hands on his knee, and then I remember him on the ground. It's crazy how stuff happens in there, you know, it's crazy.
As soon as I saw him rocked, I was like, yeah, okay, it's game over now. And I got a lot more careless, which allowed him to get the sweep. In the rush of like, no, I need to get back to my feet quickly just to keep the pressure on him, I stood up recklessly and then got caught. He admitted after the fight, one, that I was, you know, extremely fast and probably the fastest person he's kind of dealt with. Two, that he was still dizzy even after the fight, which shows you, the damage that I did do in that short time that we had in the cage. So yeah, I know I have the ability to do it and finish that job.
He didn't get my number last time. You know, I don't think he did anything too special there to find out what my number is. Haven't been finished in a long time, and I don't think he's gonna be the one to do it. You know, he can say what he says, he can think whatever he thinks, but he's the one that's gonna get finished, you know, one more time.
I don't think he's scared of me as such. I just don't think he was that eager to want to get back in that quickly, and he was definitely hoping somebody else took me out in that time.
Come on now. Like, how is this guy that I KO'd in 2 rounds, you know what I mean, say that I'm gonna duck him? It doesn't make sense, man. It's like I'm here, I'm fighting Musasi, and then I'm defending my belt, and this other guy's over there fighting guys that's 3-0, that's guys that have 4 fights. Like, come on, man, give me a break. Like, you know, watch what you say sometime, you know.
I'm glad it's in the UK as well. I know for a fact the energy is going to be electric. I live off love energy when it comes to fights. So I'm looking forward to just being in there, absorbing that all, and then just using that to express myself in the cage.
It's a different game when you step there with me, you know what happened last time. He's gonna keep thinking about that. He's never gonna forget that knockout. People are never gonna forget it, and that's, I think, what hunts him the most. You know what I mean? Like how viral that thing went. So say what you wanna say to pump yourself up, but man, at the end of the day, you still gotta face me in there. And until that's over, there's nothing you can say.
But I feel like I'm in his head a little bit. But yeah, there's no hard feelings. Just, I gotta do what I gotta do.
The tail of the tape in the main event, 2 very different records, 2 very different resumes.
Absolutely, but you're taking a look at that tail of tape, it all comes down to that 19-1
because that one was caused by the man that's on the right side of your screen, and he wants to get that back. Can he do it? We're gonna find out.
It is the most anticipated rematch in Bellator history. It is main event time in London. It's Michael C. Williams time. Bellator MMA live on Showtime from the SSE Arena Wembley here in London. The time has come for tonight's main event. The rematch is set for 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Sanctioned by the Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation Chairman James Gessner, and supervising at cage-side tonight, Director Mike Mazzulli. And now, introducing first the blue corner. At 6'1", weighing in 169.4 pounds, currently ranked #1, the 3-time former welterweight world champion enters with 32 professional victories, 9 losses. From Goiás, Brazil, he fights out of Atlanta, Georgia, USA, Douglas, the Phenom Lima. And across the cage, his adversary fights out of the red corner. At 6'3", weighing in 170 pounds even, the #2 ranked welterweight tonight stands near perfect with 19 professional victories, just 1 defeat, hailing from and fighting out of London, England, MVP Michael Page. In charge of the action, referee Mike Beltran. He has an entire city, an entire country behind him, and he couldn't look any happier about it. Two and a half years of waiting. John, if this crowd is waiting for Douglas Lima to become impatient, they're waiting on the wrong guy.
They are waiting on the wrong guy. Douglas does not change who he is for no matter
what. Lima quickly back up.
I think that was more of all body position coming forward, as far as it really didn't hurt Lima, but it definitely gave him something to think about. But Douglas Lima does not change. He is a very strategic fighter. He knows what he wants to do, and he's going to take his time and wait for his moment.
If this is the first time you've seen MVP fight, the speed with which he closes distance is what makes him uber dangerous.
You're absolutely right. It's his ability to read, and he loves the counter. He wants you to attack him. He wants you to come forward, and he will close that space and land with power.
Think about the spectacular knockouts you have seen throughout the course of the night. All those walk-offs. Got Lima good. Now, does MVP stay patient, which he didn't in the first fight?
Well, you notice right now. Notice he's not crushing that distance. He's allowing Douglas Lima to come towards him. So he is not doing the same thing. He was crushing the space and trying to create something in the first fight. Right now, he's taking his time and just staying relaxed.
Was an inch away from hitting Lima and behind that ear, which would have been a major problem. And now Douglas Lima finally saw the opportunity to shoot.
A very smart move by Douglas Lima. Get him to the ground, make him work down here. doesn't matter even if you end up keeping him down here. It matters that now he has to think about dealing with the takedown.
MVP has some wins from down here. Toe hold win over Jeremy Holloway.
First time I refereed him, he pulled off a submission. I go, well, that's not what you're supposed to do.
There's so many elements of his game we never get to see. The other element here, if this qualifies, if it ends up qualifying as another slow start for Douglas Lima, he's fought so many 5-round fights the last few years. A slow start in a 3-round fight is big trouble.
Well, what you're seeing right now, Michael Venom Page's got very big hands and he's got strong hands. The wrist control that he's able to now utilize on Douglas Lima, it's not easy to break. Nice job by Douglas trying to pull it away. Lima needs to just stay composed, keep that posture, and when you get the opportunity to break your hand free, make it pay.
What does it tell you when Douglas Lima changes hip position like that?
It's telling you, look, he's trying to actually get his hands free. He's having a hard time doing it. His hips are perfect, his posture is great, but he has no tools to attack with based upon Venom being able to just control those wrists. If he's gonna grab that wrist, you want to think about taking your elbow and rolling it over the top of the wrist and bringing that elbow straight over the top down into his forehead area face.
Douglas Lima can lay in some of those heavy leg kicks from this spot.
Right now, Michael Venom Page, he should come forward. Attack that knee, go for that straight kick, and then get yourself back to your feet.
Try to avoid taking damage as Lima can lay it in. You thought Lima did enough to win that round?
I do. I thought he did. It's not like he was, not landing anything in the stand-up, but Page was better. But on the ground, Page had 0 strikes landed while Lima had quite a few.
Lima won the first round of the first fight, and then MVP had a very strong second round going until he got careless.
That's right. But Lima shows you why he is such a good fighter. He doesn't get excited. He doesn't get flustered. He doesn't allow himself to get brought out of what he does best. But right there, that's what Michael's talking about. You see how he's controlling that distance. You see Lima throwing that kick, but it not landing.
One thing MVP has been able to do at this distance is Lima misses a wild left hand. He hasn't had to take those leg kicks because he's kept the distance. That's where Douglas Lima has chopped so many guys down.
Lima's trying to figure out the rhythm of when Page is going to step in and try to attack. He just can't get it down yet. There again, you notice, there goes the kick, nothing there. Again, the kick, nothing there. That's the control that, as Michael was talking, 6 inches difference of space that lands.
You can tell while he is sticking with his normal style, there isn't the clowning, there isn't, MVP knows who he is in there with.
Oh, almost had a repeat.
He avoided it.
You almost had
the 3 inches of difference and why this fight is still going on. Deja vu all over again.
Douglas Lima timed that little step in, landed that kick, took Page off of his feet. Page got up close to the same weight. He needs to be very careful if he gets put on the ground, how he gets up.
Leading with the jump knee to look for an opening. Douglas Lima has not been stopped since 2008. He was 20 years old. That's how hard it is to finish this fight.
Douglas Lima is just a savage. Yeah. You may beat him, but if you come back and you try to do it again, he's going to come up with a completely different idea of what he's going to do to you. Go to Rory McDonald, go to Koreshkov, go to any of them, they'll go, yeah, he was a different fighter.
Lima looks more comfortable than he did in the first couple of minutes. He has his legs underneath him now.
The one thing I was talking about, you need to move Douglas Lima backwards. You can see Page could not at this time get him to move backwards. That says a lot about what Douglas Lima is doing in this fight.
Combat is all about deception. There are very few fighters as deceptive as Michael Venom Page, but there's a reason Douglas Lima hasn't been finished in 13 years. That right got him a little bit back in the ear. He wobbled him.
He touched it, got a little run over, but he definitely had a little bit of impact on him. He felt it.
Drama continues to build. So you have it even through 2.
I have it even through 2.
And I believe a possibility exists that people have it even through 2 that saw it the opposite way.
Could be. Michael Page is so hard to figure out the way he moves and when he's going to attack. He gives so many feints, good feints, but then he'll feint his feint.
He had a great start, first 2 minutes of this fight. Caught Lima a couple of times. Crowd was going bonkers. And Douglas Lima kind of settled himself into the fight with that takedown about 2.5, 3 minutes into round 1. And has looked much more comfortable since. MVP fights can end one way or the other in a flash.
Lima trying to close that distance, kind of push Page towards that cage wall. That's a good idea.
Left at first, and the second time MVP ducks out of the way of another fight-finishing mighty wallop of Douglas Lima.
Well, he didn't get hit with a shot that hurt there. He just went down based upon his placement in the cage and slipping down.
Lima's closed the distance. It's subtle, but he's closer now than he was earlier in the fight. He got a pretty good right hand there. This is been a good 2 minutes here for MVP in a very close fight.
It's not going to take much to make a difference in this round. Both guys have got to figure, hey man, I need this. I need this round to win this fight. Page definitely needs to figure out when he steps outside of that circle, he needs to get himself back towards the center of the cage.
These are two home run hitters at the plate, and at any second they can land. Now, a fascinating 2 minutes here.
Well, right now I would tell you, you have 3 minutes of stand-up where you might have Michael Page barely ahead. Maybe he's barely ahead. He cannot stay in this position and think he's going to win this fight.
This might very well come down to whether or not MVP can get back on his feet.
Well, right now, what he's looking towards is making the referee get him back to his feet. And the referee at this point, since he's the one that's stalling the fight, he's going to let Lima try to work his way through it. It's not a good strategy. Look where he's looking up.
He's looking up. He wants it back on the feet. He wants Mike Beltran to stand him up.
He should be taking his feet, opening up that guard, feet on the hips, push off, get himself up.
Instead, now he is on the defensive. There's the up kick. But it doesn't get him out of it.
Douglas Lima doing a good job, bringing his hips forward, keeping pressure down on him. Just needs to take his time, work his hands through. You can see the grip strength on Page and his ability to hold that wrist. Lima's got nothing but problems trying to get his arms free.
To this point, Lima has not been able to generate the offense that he did from this spot late in the first round.
No, not at all. That's what he needs to do. There's the elbows that we're talking about. Even if he has that wrist, roll that elbow over.
Oh, this is going to be close.
I want 2 more rounds.
I think we all want 2 more rounds. Yoel Romero wants 2 more rounds.
Yes, he does.
But instead, 2 of the best in Bellator history go the distance, and a fascinating decision awaits.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go now to your 3 judges at cage side for the decision. Your first judge, Ben Cartledge, scores the fight 29-28. He sees the fight for Lima. Your second judge, Eric Colon, 29-28. He sees the fight for Page. Your third and final judge at cage side, Doug Crosby, scores the fight 29-28 for the winner by split decision, MVP Michael Page.
It was not without controversy, and it was by his fingernails, but MVP has scaled Mount Lima.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with MVP. Michael, talk to me about that fight. There was a lot of going on. How are you feeling? London!
Guys, you know me already. I want to put on a show. I apologize. One, I didn't do that, but I know my boy Skepta did that for you on his way out, no? I wanted to finish. My man's a tough man. I understand why he's been a champion 3 times. Everyone give it up for Douglas Lima, please. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Even when I hit him with those big shots, he just kept coming, and then he started to adjust and make it slightly more difficult. I want to thank Bellator. Massive thanks to Bellator, because this promotion, the reason why it's so full is because of them. And without partnering with these guys, I couldn't do what I do best. So big up for Bellator putting on a great show today.
How confident were you standing here in the middle that that fight was going to go your way?
I was confident, to be fair. I knew he was going to go for a takedown. I make all strikers, every single striker that stands in front of me, I turn them into wrestlers. Every single one of them.
You got a guy that's also out there that's holding on to the belt. Yaroslav Amosov is undefeated, 26-0. Is that the guy you want next?
Now I want that bling. Now I want that bling. I've come over, I got my redemption. Now I want that bling. The one and only MVP is back.
I gotta ask you one thing. There was a moment in that fight. Second round, he kicked your leg, you went down again, and you got up and he swung, and it was close. Could you feel how close that was?
Yo, fool me once. Fool me once. I got out with my eyes up. I saw that punch coming, and you know, I'm good at slipping. I ain't getting hit with that same shot again.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand up, give it up for the man, Michael MVP Venom Page.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Francis Ngannou. Subscribe now.